Self-development, Lee TV. Love and marriage in Generation MZ. How are relationship perceptions changing? Love and marriage, always one of the major topics in our lives. The perceptions and practices of love and marriage are changing with every era and generation, and these changes are having a profound impact on our businesses and society. This makes it an important time to look at how we find and express love, and how we look forward to future relationships and marriages. Let's take a look at some of the key takeaways about love and marriage for General MZ. We all have questions about love in our lives. Love and marriage are two of the central themes of human relationships, and they are constantly changing with time and culture. These changes are affecting how people find love, form relationships, and express it, and this has implications for many different areas of business. In light of these rapidly changing perceptions of love and relationships, we'd like to take a moment to reflect on social trends, opportunities for our brands, and systemic changes in society. Let's take a look at the Ipsos Insights report, What the Future, Love, to see what global citizens think about love and relationships. How will global citizens meet their love and marriage partners in 2023? Let's take a closer look at the changing perceptions and practices of love and marriage, with a focus on General MZ. First, let's look at findings from a survey of U.S. adults to understand the different approaches to love and marriage between General MZ and other generations. The study found that 64% of U.S. adults are in a relationship or already have a spouse. However, there were generational differences in where they met their romantic partners. Baby boomers heirs are more likely to meet their partners through introductions or at work, which generally translates to limited opportunities to find new relationships at work. On the other hand, millennials and Gen Z meet their partners primarily in social settings, places like bars and cafes, or through dating apps. They actively utilize digital technology, and are particularly notable for their low tolerance for platforms like dating apps. The reasons for breaking up and staying in relationships were also examined in both dating and marriage. The highest percentage of reasons for breaking up was lack of love, followed by mistrust and abuse. On the other hand, the largest part of the reasons for staying in a relationship was believing in love and change, followed by practical reasons such as children and economic security. Global citizens' expectations for relationships and marriage appear to be somewhat lower. Especially in developed countries, the proportion of people with a positive view of relationships and marriage is lower than the global average. However, younger generations are more likely to have a positive view, which is to be expected as love and marriage are strongly associated with age. Generational perceptions of love, romance, and marriage today and how they may change in the future. Country-by-country statistics show that the more developed countries have a lower percentage of people who have a positive view of love and marriage in 10 years than the global average, 22%. Shockingly, only 7% of South Koreans believe that dating and marriage will be easier in 10 years, the lowest among the 32 countries surveyed. Worse yet, a whopping 65% of South Koreans believe that dating and marriage will be more difficult in 10 years, the highest of all 32 countries. Young Koreans value financial affordability in a relationship, which explains why more than half of young Koreans have a negative outlook on the economic situation in 10 years, which is increasingly putting pressure on them to get married. South Korea has the most negative outlook on relationships and marriage, with young adults in particular placing a high value on financial affordability in relationships. This suggests a negative outlook on the economic situation and rising marriage pressure. However, despite all the changes, love still plays the most important role in the perception of dating and marriage. 81% of respondents said they would break up a relationship or marriage if they didn't love their partner. And many said, in the future, I will stay in a relationship with my partner without getting married. Perceptions and practices around dating and marriage, love and relationships are constantly changing. Different generations have different approaches and expectations, but love is still at the heart of dating and marriage. In the future, digital technology and advances in technology are expected to make love and marriage more innovative. However, we should always keep in mind that love and relationships are a fundamental part of life, without overlooking socialization and authenticity. It is important to approach business and social policy with these changes and perceptions in mind. In this Ipsos Insights report, What the Future? Love. We look at perceptions and behaviors around love and marriage, as well as how marriages are being formed, the rise of dual-income families, the factors that will drive change in the future, and what brands should be paying attention to. Check out What the Future? Love to learn more about Ipsos global trend research on love, relationships, and marriage. Thanks for watching.